After 30 years of marriage, this woman looked her husband in the eyes and called her affair partner a real man. On July 31st, my father found out my mother had been having an affair with her coworker. Here we go again. These coworkers are dangerous. They are just as bad as these cell phones sometimes. The man himself called and told my dad while he was at work 3 times directly. My dad confronted her and she admitted it. Then she told my dad her coworker was a real man for confessing, as if my dad was supposed to thank the man who broke up their marriage. Wow, all I have to say is she is lucky to still be breathing. Some people wouldn't take that. Just saying. The line still rings in our ears. She proceeded to tell my dad how this guy had told her my dad doesn't care about her because of various things that my mother had never once mentioned to my father as bothering her. She said she shouldn't have to tell my dad these things. That's a bullshit line. God didn't give us the ability to read each other's minds. You express your concerns, wants, needs through communication. At least that's what I was taught. Then she said it wasn't Dad's fault, it was hers, and that he's the perfect husband and that she has the problems. She had already signed a lease for an apartment behind our backs. She was going to leave him without saying anything, and all the while she was still sleeping next to him, saying, "I love you," kissing him, and pretending like everything was fine. She works night shift, and during the days when she would have been home sleeping, she had started turning off her phone location. One day, we saw her last ping at a Target parking lot, then nothing. We were scared something had happened to her, but the truth was she was with him. What kills me the most is the timeline. They just had their 30th anniversary in June. The scary thing is, after 3 decades, she is having an affair with someone who is only 39 years old, a tad bit older, as long as this couple has been married. Crazy. The affair started in April, so when my dad was planning a celebration, she was already lying, already leaving. My parents have been married for over 30 years. 8 years ago, they bought a peaceful house on the lake. My dad loves it there. It's quiet, beautiful, and it's his favorite place. He told me he doesn't want to leave. He's terrified of losing one place that still feels safe. But now he's looking at a $300,000 mortgage alone, plus the debt my mother's spending habits racked up. The bad thing is, when they divorce, let's hope he does, he will probably get hammered in divorce court. He's cutting non-essentials just to survive. He dropped pet insurance. He canceled subscriptions. He's trying to hang on. He texts me heartbreaking things, like how the dog we got from my mom sits at the window waiting for her, or how he saw a baby deer and, for a second, thought, "I can't wait to tell her," then remembered she's gone. She came back to pick up more things and made him feel small. No apology, no regret, just cold. I'm 35, and the guy my mom is having an affair with is 39, recently separated, and has 2 young kids. My mother is 55, close to retiring, and is getting the apartment in her name, and I imagine financing it since she asked why my father didn't leave her any money to get an apartment after he paid the bills this week. What? Get the fuck out of here. You want the man you have been married to for 30 years to give you money after you called your affair partner a real man? If it was me, bitch, ask your side dude for money. I can't believe she doesn't see the writing on the wall. She hasn't even reached out to tell me what's going on or her side of the story. What can she even say, I guess? She told my dad she had asked the guy if he knew what she was giving up. 30 years of marriage and her daughter. She still did it knowing. Now I'm trying to help dad survive, but I'm grieving too. I lost a version of my mom I believed in. I lost the story of my family, and I don't know how to carry both his heartbreak and mine. I just want to help my dad start healing and make a plan to get through this. And then I think I'll start healing as he makes progress. Heartbreaking. I'm going to read a few comments, 3 to be exact. Here's the first one. 1. Your mother is an awful person. Once this young guy gets bored of her, she'll come crawling back to your dad and try saying that after 30 years together, he should give her another chance. Tell him to say no, and that after 30 years together, the fact that she did this and is so remorseless is the reason why there will be no second chance. He and you deserve better than after 30 years. I'm sure it will affect your relationship with her as well, because how do you look at her the same way ever again, now knowing how cold and calculated she was in this and scheming behind yours and your father's backs to leave and move on with this younger guy? How could either of you ever trust her again after what she has done and is still doing? Just an awful person. Here's the second comment. Please support your father the best you can. Have him visit sites like this one or Surviving Infidelity website. Be there for him. Explain that for cheating, the blame goes to the cheater. Her behavior is not his fault. For normal couples, when disagreement occurs, the couple tries to resolve it. If it doesn't work, they divorce, grieve for some period, then move on to a new relationship. Cheaters will move from one relationship to another like they change clothes. They only care about themselves and what others bring them. This applies to both genders. Your mother lacks any sort of empathy. Having an affair, insulting her longtime spouse, and leaving her spouse for the AP is just cruel. She is just trying to justify her behavior. I cheated because whatever comes after is BS. I also suggest you distance yourself from your mother. The key to a happy life is to keep people who treat you well close and get rid of toxic people. Here is a third comment. Your dad is a real man. Real men don't cheat. My ex had an affair and I found out about later. She said the guy actually initiated the breakup because the guy who was one of my friends said he felt guilty doing that to me. She was proud of him for saying that, and she made it clear he did that as if it was some good thing. I asked, why didn't you end it and feel guilty for that? She couldn't answer. Crazy. Be there for your dad. Let your mom ruin her whole life on her own. And don't feel as though you owe her anything. Just because she is your mom, don't let her guilt you ever. Have your dad go to an attorney ASAP. And don't let your mom know he is going to an attorney. This is very important that he files first. And if you're in a state that is an at-fault state, it will be very good for him and encourage him to go ballistic on her during the divorce. She absolutely doesn't deserve any mercy if she makes more than him. He could be eligible for alimony. Eventually, she will see how she blew up her life and may come crawling back. Encourage him not to take her back no matter what. What a sad story. If there's an update to this, I will be sure to post it. Even though it doesn't have an ending, I felt the need to post it. Don't come at me with no bullshit that I uploaded a story with no ending. If that's all you care about, my channel is not for you. It's irrelevant. That's all that matters. If you like this type of content, subscribe for more. Until next time.